Welcome to the Finance Magnates Blockchain Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel McIntosh, and recently we spoke to Iqbal Gandham, Managing Director of eToro in the UK. Iqbal is also the new chairman of Crypto UK. What is eToro? Can you tell our listeners in the simplest possible terms? What is eToro?
Yeah, eToro is a global trading and investment platform. It gives you three different ways to invest. You can manually invest in six different asset classes, cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, etc., etc. You can also buy a portfolio, or you can actually, and this is our USP, you can copy other investors. So if you don't know what to invest in, if you don't know how to invest, you can actually follow some of the best traders and investors on our platform and copy their investment strategies.
So can you explain why people would need something like this, particularly within the cryptocurrency space?
I think it's, as with any investment class or investment asset, we want to open up investing to a wider audience. And I think cryptocurrencies being so new, people are very weary of what they are and how they trade and invest, particularly due to the volatility. So we're saying you can actually copy experienced traders, A, and B, we believe we have the largest online community of individuals discussing crypto trading. So you can also chat with them. If you have a question, for instance, what is Litecoin or what is Stellar? You can speak to these individuals without actually trading. So it's more than just investing. There's an opportunity for education and learning.
Okay, I see. And is the platform is it a centralized platform? Is it are there any plans for decentralization, or how does that work exactly?
So yeah, it is a centralized platform. Are you alluding to would we put the platform on the blockchain by
I'm curious if that's in the plans for the future.
I can't say that we have any plans as yet for putting the platform on a blockchain per se.
Mm-hmm.
But happy to keep you guys posted if that should change.
Okay, sounds good. So tell us a little bit more about the popular investors that people can choose to follow. How are popular investors chosen?
So we monitor an individual's trading strategy. Mm-hmm. We then also monitor their average risk scores, which are weighted on what they're investing in, the risks that they actually take. And we also look at their profitability over a period of several months. Mm-hmm. And should they then wish to apply and become a popular investor, we take all of those and then weight those, and we kind of give them a score. And then we permit them to become a popular investor, at which point you can then start promoting yourself as a popular investor. We will also promote you, and then you can also be copied.
Okay. So if I'm just, an average user on eToro's platform and I'm deciding which popular investor that I want to follow, how can I determine, which one is the one for me? What kind of data do I have access to?
Well, in our experience, investors or individuals who come onto the platform usually come with a fixed mindset in terms of what they want to get out of the platform. They may know the type of things they're interested in. So, for instance, I want to invest in Facebook and I want to invest in Google, either the Silicon Valley companies, or I want to invest in cryptocurrencies. So you tend to follow popular investors who you're interested in. Mm-hmm. Then you add a second layer to that, to the choice. And you start looking at, obviously, the return. You can view their historical performance since day one, since inception, since they've been onto our platform. You can then start talking to other followers. And you can also start reading the posts and the comments that the individual, the popular investor, is making on our platform to build a relationship. And once you've established that relationship, only then do you decide that you want to copy them.
Okay, so popular investors also can publish educational materials then.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Very interesting. So if I'm looking at a popular investor's history, can I see their whole history on eToro from the inception of their account?
Yes. Yeah, we're completely transparent, and that's on our platform you can view anybody's trades, mm-hmm. What they're trading and what their returns have been.
Okay, I see. So as if I'm gonna decide to use eToro and I deposit some funds onto the account, can I use eToro, by the way, to convert fiat to crypto, or do I have to buy in with crypto?
No. We're fiat to crypto.
Okay.
So you have to send fiat to us and then buy the cryptocurrency.
Okay, and then once my money is within the platform, can I decide to pull out without doing any trades, or?
Yes. I mean, so if you choose to withdraw, as long as you'll verify and actually withdraw your money, and we'll send it back to wherever it came from.
Okay, and then is that the same for all users on the platform, popular investors and, just average users who?
Yes.
Okay, very nice. And how, if I'm interested in becoming a popular investor, what incentive do I have to do so?
So we pay you up to 2% of the amount of money which is copying you.
Okay. And then one more question about eToro. Customer support has been kind of a big issue across the cryptocurrency trading industry. What kind of options do eToro users have as far as customer support is concerned? And what's kind of eToro's history with customer support?
So I'll answer the second question first. I think everybody realized or now understands that in December of 2017, there wasn't just a gradual uptake or awareness increase in cryptocurrencies. Every large player, I would say top 3 or 4 in the world, had issues with onboarding customers, verifying customers, and processing withdrawals. It just operational scalability. It wasn't the typical J curve of growth. It was just like a 90-degree vertical growth line. So
Yes.
to put it in perspective, we did more customers in a day than we would have done in an entire year. And planning for that kind of scalability is very difficult for any business in any industry.
In a single day?
In a single day.
Wow, okay.
So, in answer to your first question, what options does a customer have? They have obviously the email support, which is multilingual. They also have our Facebook group, our Twitter channels. They also have our community where they can actually go on and ask questions. Email is the most efficient, but in December, when we did have these scaling issues, as did others, there was an overflow. A customer sends one support ticket and they don't get replied, then send another one, then another one, and then another one.
Right.
And eventually, we just build a backlog. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And eventually that overflow then goes onto social. It may go onto Twitter or our feed, but primarily as support platform is email.
I see. So since I know things in the crypto sphere have kind of cooled off since December, but has eToro made any changes to their customer service policies since December?
Yeah, so we're planning for scalability. We're firmly behind cryptos, and we believe this cooling off was needed. But we don't believe that growth is going to stop in 2018. So we have scaled up our operational teams, whether that is for onboarding new customers, or whether that's supporting existing customers, or if that is supporting individuals who want to kind of withdraw their money.
Okay, I see. And as far as just in general, where do you see eToro in a year?
Where do we see eToro in a year? I think our global expansion will continue. We will definitely be adding far more cryptos to our platform. I would say generally growing in line with the market and the industry.
Okay, very nice. And I'd like to switch gears now a little bit and ask you about Crypto UK, which was launched just a few days ago. And you're the chairman of Crypto UK, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. So can you tell us what is it and how did it come about? Why was it formed?
So I think Crypto UK came about after we witnessed the unprecedented growth and general increase in awareness in 2017 across the industry. Several of the leading companies within the industry in the UK decided that now was an appropriate time when we needed to really formulate or put together a self-regulating body so we could provide a uniform service to customers moving forward. There was a lot of misunderstanding, and we wanted to kind of raise awareness and actually work with the regulators and government, et cetera, in formulating something which the masses and the wider audience in the UK would understand in terms of what is crypto, how do we want to regulate it, and these are the best practices that we as organizations choose to follow. Okay.
So specifically, what kind of protections and benefits does Crypto UK offer industry participants? In terms of both individuals like me and entities like banks, for example, or like eToro.
So it is more designed for the individuals. So we have a 12-point code of conduct, which consists of 12 points. And a couple of those points are the customers that we're onboarding fit and proper? Have we done the correct checks to ensure that they understand that this is a risky investment, what type of investment it is? We also say, we need to carry out, anti-money laundering checks so that anybody using our platforms is not using it for illicit activities. We also want to secure customer funds. So, we will try to maintain 90% of cryptocurrencies that we hold in cold storage, so they're not connected to the internet. Okay. So several of these points, the majority of them are, if not all of them are, related to protecting the end consumer. And, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say for the industries who actually are members, the companies which are members, it's the code of conduct just to have some uniform messaging for the consumer.
Okay, I see. And then when you mentioned, checking that the customer really understands the risks that are involved with cryptocurrency, how exactly would you go about checking that somebody really, understands?
So the organizations currently follow the standard KYC or Know Your Customer, which regulated organizations follow.
I see. Okay, so, stepping outside of Crypto UK a bit, what's your opinion on, the stance of the EU in general with regards to crypto, and where do you see that heading?
I think the stance of the EU, as with any other country in the world, is very fluid right now. They are kind of waiting to see reaction from other organizations in other countries. They will, I feel, look at regulating what we call the on-ramp and off-ramp, which we're completely supportive of. So when customers use fiat to buy cryptocurrencies or sell cryptocurrencies into fiat, to regulate that aspect of it, and I think that's a fantastic starting point.
And what role do you think that Crypto UK will play in the future of EU crypto regulation?
Well, there are rumors that there'll be kind of a European or global associations being formed, and Crypto UK is happy to support these organizations.
Yeah. So do you feel like, Crypto UK is, taking the role of more of like a leader in this regulatory space, or is it more of a reactionary thing?
I would be happy to say that we're taking the leadership position on this. I think if the UK, currently is the center of, world finance, there's no reason why we shouldn't be the center of this industry also. We'll be disrupting finance in one way, shape or form. And if Crypto UK can help and work with the regulators in the UK in formalising a regulatory framework, then there is no reason why the European countries can't adopt that.
Right. And then what role do you think that cryptocurrency will play in the EU and in the world in the future?
I think I'd have to close my eyes and become a bit of a visionary, but everybody says it's going to democratize investing. It's going to change the way we do, cross-border transactions. So, those are the few ways, but I think the underlying technology, blockchain, has a lot to lend itself to other industries such as insurance, property, et cetera, where you really need to maintain records which are immutable. I think in the short term, it's definitely going to disrupt finance. How it disrupts it, I think it's like asking me, how the internet was going to disrupt communication 20 years ago. I don't think we've even seen how blockchain and cryptocurrencies are going to disrupt finance and the world of money.
Right. Well, Iqbal, that's all the questions that I have. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Okay, well, great. Iqbal, again, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we can speak to each other once again sometime.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rachel.
Yes, take care.